Hey, Shalom, Alchemist, Rakam Akapash from GMS London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chachadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS. Shalom out there to the hopeful that pushing this truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. This was inspired from this passage here in 2 Samuel chapter 3 concerning the house of David and the house of Saul. Right? And I'm just going to read this and make my comparison, right? As of today, right? And it says, now there was long war between the house of Saul and the house of David, but David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker, right? And my comparison is this: in these times that we're in today, right? We've got these different Israelite camps out there that, all right, they're claiming that they got the true doctrine, all right, but as we draw closer, to the end. Okay, the mark of the beast, the MOTB, is very prevalent, man, and it's important for us to know what that is, so we can stay clear of it, right? So we can be aware of it, so we don't take it, right? But you got guys, these other camps out here, claiming it's one thing, claiming it's that thing, and with no real foundation to their explanation, to their breakdowns of what the MOTB is, right? It's very loose, right, full of holes and don't make any sense, right? These leaders that are teaching these things to their congregations, man, and it's been evident, who's really got it and who ain't, man, right? And it's June, right? We always have to mention that it's June, right? Because Nathaniel is infamous for declaring that it's June, right? And there ain't no microchips, man. And yet, every day since then, even before, but every day since he said this, right? There's more and more microchips, and they're becoming more and more prevalent in society today, right? And these things are being embedded in people, right? And there are talks of the brain MOTBs, right? Brain C-hips, okay? FDA approved now, certain of these companies, Neuralink being the most recent one, right? These things are becoming more and more prevalent, man. And that statement that Nathaniel made, man, looks stupid. And it's aged really badly. Like I said, because every year it looks worse and worse, right? Because the prophecies that we know that have been given to us through the Spirit, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that have been taught to us by elders and apostles of GMS, beginning with elder apostle on down, right? Is true, it's accurate. Okay, this is what we are waiting for, and that is why it's becoming more and more prevalent, because it is the truth. Okay, not this bookie doctrines that these other guys have got that they're running with. It's like they're trying to keep you away from that completely, man. That they're running interference. Okay, they're not here really trying to teach you the truth. Because they'll straight up deny it, like it could be it's nothing of the sort. It's definitely not that. It's anything but that. Okay, how could it be? You're trying to say that it's not even worth a mention? You guys are clowns, man. You guys are fools, or agents, or something. Right, and you're deceiving your congregations, man. But like I said, you guys are looking like you get egg on your faces. Okay, you're waxing weaker and weaker as we draw closer to the end, man. Your doctrines, your prophecies, man, they don't line up. It ain't fitting in with the world that is emerging, that's manifesting. Okay, you're looking weaker and weaker. Yeah, your congregations is growing and that, because hey, guess what? The wicked of our people are greater than the righteous of our people, man. So yeah, your congregations, can grow. They don't mean shit, right? But your reasonings and your doctrines, man, are looking weaker and weaker. All right, okay. It's looking weaker and weaker, man. And yet, everything that we're saying is manifesting, is being backed up from the things that are actually going on in the earth, man. All right. So I'm going to read this again, right? It said, now there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. And, we go back and forth with you guys, man, over breakdowns and stuff, man. And all we're doing is trying to, get people to understand the correct doctrine. And that's it, man. There's no personal hatred between us. Just like King David didn't hate Saul. David didn't hate Saul, right? He respected Saul. Even though he's going off, he respected him, so it's not nothing personal. It's just it's a matter of fact. It's a matter of doctrine, a matter of the truth, right? So the house of Saul and the house of David, but David waxed stronger and stronger. So we're looking more right day by day, man. And you guys are looking like idiots, man. Okay. And the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker, and eventually you're gonna fade away to nothingness, man. Your congregation is gonna scatter, because when it comes down to it, when it comes to that point, and these C-hips are being put on the people, your congregation ain't gonna know what the hell to do, man, because there's gonna be a lot of doubt in your congregations, man. They're not they're not as firm as they're gonna make it sound like they are right now in front of you, in your lessons or whatever. Right? There's gonna be serious doubt amongst them, and they ain't gonna really know what to do, man. So eventually, these congregations, they will come to naught, right? And whoever the elect is among them, if there is any of them amongst you, okay, you're gonna come out. All right. It's Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 13. It says, then said I, Lord, power, Yahweh, behold, the prophets say unto them, ye shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine, but I will give you assured peace in this place, right? And that's something that's been said. Oh, you ain't got to worry about this. You ain't got to worry about the C-hip. They might try and bring a C-hip in there, but that's not the MOTB. So basically, you're given license to take it. Don't worry. Don't be concerned about that. Don't worry about that. Also, Nate was saying once, a while back, man, there was no Jacob's trouble, man. There wasn't going to be a Jacob's trouble. So these guys are obviously effing lying, and don't know. Well, not that I believe they don't know what they're talking about. I just think they're liars, personally. They've all got a demonic spirit on these guys, man. Or they're just straight up sold out to Esau, and they're just pushing whatever narrative Esau wants them to push. Whatever the case may be, right? They ain't dealing with the truth. It says, then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. Right? These guys are prophesying lies, right? I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. Right? The Lord, the Most High never told them to speak these things. Now, maybe on the left-hand side, man, the Lord sent them to be deceivers, to be destroyed, but this isn't the truth. It says, I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught, of nothingness, of things that won't come to pass, right? So, and a deceit of their heart, what they feel, what they think. All right. So therefore thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. Right. So these guys, it ain't gonna end well for these guys, man. Comfy's already been taken out of the game. And we wait and see what's gonna happen to the rest of you that are out there teaching lies. You guys got 501c3s, man. You think you kind of protected, man. But I tell you what, I remember reading something out of the Rex 83, was it X84, whatever that fucking number was, right? King Alpha's plan, right? That you religious leaders, right, which Nate would be included in that, right? Because he's down on the system, government approved, right? You guys are gonna get taken out first. They're gonna use you to gather your congregations up and to have them obey the governments and that, but you're gonna be taken out because you have too much influence. And Esau doesn't want people with influence. He wants to be the influence. He doesn't want you, to be able to rally the people and do whatever. You have a change of heart. He don't want all that. So, he's gonna make sure you out of the game. Anyway, this is and the people to whom they prophesy shall be cast out of the streets of Jerusalem, right? So those that believed on those prophecies, that believed on those teachers, Nathaniel and General Yohana and Elder Ricard of the GOCC, all these groups, man. There's so many now. I don't remember the old ones, right? But all these guys, okay. This is because of the famine and the sword, and they shall have none to bury them, their wives, right? IUIC always up, always into their wives, right? Trying to get your wife and brother, get family and all this stuff, when that's not really our main concern right now. You know what I mean? You're meant to be teaching the truth and going out there and teaching. Wives and stuff, that can wait. But you're out here selling off wives, man, auctioning wives and all this kind of madness. Waste of time. All right. They shall have none to bury them, their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters, for I will pour their wickedness upon them. Therefore thou shalt say this word unto them, let mine eyes run down with tears night and day, and let them not cease, for the virgin daughter of my people is broken with a great breach and a grievous blow. All right, so that's pretty much the point on that, right? These false prophets, right? And this is Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 18, says, I will raise up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words which he shall speak in my name, I will require of him, right? Beginning with GMS, the elders on downwards, but we're one of the only few camps that actually speak in the name of the Lord, right? These other camps don't like to do that. They don't like to use the Lord's name, and they want to claim they don't know it, or whatever excuse they don't want to use it, right? But we're supposed to be using it, So that's a red flag already, okay? It says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words which he shall speak in my name, I will require of him, right? There's a bunch of guys that don't want to listen. Fine, but it's going to be your fault. The punishment that's going to come upon you is only your fault, because you were warned, right? But the prophet that shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded, okay, false prophets, him commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die, right? Christ and Jesus and all these different terms that they don't like I said, they don't want to use the correct names. They want to use replacement names. Well, these replacement names don't mean anything in a way, right? Using the word Lord, right? There's a lot of idols that were called just Lord. Baal, it just means Lord. Christ, anointed. Well, guess what? There's other Christ. It's not exclusive to who you call Jesus Christ, and Jesus's name is nothing but an idol as well. It doesn't even mean anything, right? So, like I said, red flags right there, right? So if thou say in thine heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord have not spoken, right? So that's the big question, like, who's got the truth, right? Who's telling the truth? Who's the Lord really dealing with? Who's lying and who's not lying? Now that's all in the spirit, man, because the Lord's guiding everybody. The Lord is guiding everybody to where they need to be, whether they're of the elect or whether they're not of the elect. The Lord is guiding people to different places for different purposes, man, and you just have to trust in that. Because not everybody's going to be saved. That's just the truth, right? So the Lord is purposely deceived to go walk down that road of destruction, and some he's guided for salvation, and we just have to kind of believe in that, right? We all demonstrate faith in a way, right? But faith in the correct thing is what's important, in the truth, right? In Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That is going to be the deciding factor. So, we can argue who's right, who's wrong right now, right? Because we have to wait. We have to wait until it comes to pass, it manifests, right? Which is what's going to say, right? And if thou say in thine heart, how shall we know the law which the Lord hath not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken. But the prophet have spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him. Right, so here it is now. Right, it's June. You know, and Nate believes there's no microchips, but we know there is, and we know that it's becoming more and more prominent. Right, these things are coming to pass, and what he was talking about is a lot of bullcrap. Right? Oh, it can only be used to track my dog, and maybe your dog can go buy some lamb. Well, maybe he can. Maybe he can go buy some lamb from the store. Maybe he can. But we're telling you this, right? Esau plans to get everybody C-hipped. That is his plan, man. That is his mark. Okay, the beast, the mark, the MOTB, that is it. Right? That's what he plans to do to the people, man. And all these technologies and all these, think tanks, all these, things that are being developed and put in place lines up with all of that. CBDCs, right? And now they want to talk about the CBDCs like, like they can, like they always knew that was. You didn't know shit about it. Okay, brothers, elders from, apostles from GMS, we was all talking about that because we knew how it coincided with all this other technology and how Esau plans to use it. We've always been speaking about it. So things are lining up, things are manifested, things are going to according to the things that we spoke about, right? It's coming to pass. Now you other camps are looking stupid, man, because you've been saying all kind of crazy stupidness that's just not practical in any type of way, and it's not founded in in any type of wisdom or knowledge, man. Just empty words you've been talking. No breakdowns. You're not going into the words of Mark and stigma and things like this. You're not going into nothing, man. There's no foundation. There's no basis of what you're talking about. Or you're gonna find this scripture here and use that loosely to justify what you're saying, but you're just saying rubbish. Absolute rubbish, man. There's no real way you're gonna you could implement what you're talking about. All right, and that's why when it comes, okay, your people are gonna be in doubt. Some of you are gonna be thinking it over, man. In that time, man. You're hoping it ain't going to be a real issue for you to make a decision over, but it will. Because these guys are not adequately warning you, man. But we are. It's Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence." And we're here doing the same thing. There is evil, war, and pestilence coming. All right. So the prophet which prophesy of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord have truly sent him. Right. Peace ain't going to come until Yahushua returns. Okay. Before we get there, though, man, there's going to be a lot of evil, man. Right. There's going to be a big disruption in the earth, man. So in order to get to peace, man, we have to go through this time of tribulation. Like I said, some of people denied that in the past. Right? And they ain't talking about no rapture, 1,000 years of this and that. No. So time of tribulation is coming. Okay, for everybody on the earth. Okay, we're all going to have to go through it. All right? Only the elect are going to be saved out of it. Okay, as Daniel chapter 12 and 1 states, right? So yeah, the time of tribulation is coming. Okay, and peace shall come after that. Okay, but until then, no. Okay, there's no peace, right? But like I said, when all things are manifested, that's when you're gonna ultimately know who was right. And this is why we look forward to that day, man. We're gonna look forward to see who was right at the end of the day. Okay, we feel confident, and I guess you guys feel confident. Well, some of you, some know you're just blagging it, but we feel confident in what we believe. Okay, we've done our due diligence, we've done that the research, right? To make sure everything lines up with what the scriptures is saying. We feel confident, man. We're not gonna, be what's that expression, man? The scripture calls, says to make your call and an election sure, right? And to study to show thyself approved, right? And you have to do this for yourself, right? We can't be like, yes, we have elders, and yes, they have taught us, man, but like, this is you. This is for you. At the end of the day, you have to be like the Church of Berea, right? And go look up things for yourself, so you can feel sure. Not because someone else feels sure, because Nathaniel feels sure that, oh, his confidence inspires, gives me confidence. No. Get your own fucking confidence, man. Make sure that you know it, that you believe that it makes sense to you. That's what our elders teach us. Because you're not out here for just a fucking groupie, man, a fucking party and shit. Okay, this is our salvation we're talking about here. We ain't got time for wasting with people that don't really believe. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't believe, then go do your thing, innit? But you have to be sure. You know what I'm saying? You have to be sure, right? Revelations 13:16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? And I said all these things are coming into this world. They've been here for a while. Some of these things, the sea hips, man. Okay, they've been around for a little while, right? But the talk of them becoming more accessible, being more used in the world, is increasing, and we're just waiting for the right moment that he saw, is going to bring that in. I say Elon Musk is, is getting approved to put things in people's heads, right? And he ain't the first he ain't the first guy or the first company to be approved to do these experiments on people, right? So it's becoming more to the forefront, So and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, a charagma, right? Charax, right? An incision cut into the flesh, right? It's a real physical thing, okay? In their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, right? Because the new system's gonna be put in place, and this is where all the CBDC stuff comes in. You can't buy and sell because all this digital stuff, man, is gonna be very restrictive, right? And it's gonna be super restricted because goods and services is gonna be a limited supply, man, because the earth is gonna be in that time of trouble, right? Famine, we spoke about, right? Famine is gonna be the key to breaking these people, man, to accepting the mark. And just the outright chaos that's going to be in the earth. That's going to tip people over, man, for security, for food, right? For safety, or the perception of it, the belief that it's going to bring them safety. That's going to be the breaking point for people. It's going to be the breaking point for a lot of you Israelites, man. Those the ones that don't have any faith. So that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right? That's what Esau's preparing for you, man. To put something in you. It's Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace, right? We just saying, like, there's no peace coming, not until we go through this tribulation, right? Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, right? So ultimately the elect are going to be saved out of the tribulation, man. Okay, but the whole world is going to be in the time of trouble, right? And as I say, it's going to surround with war, it's going to surround famine, it's going to surround pestilences, it's going to surround death, right? And these are the reasons why they're going to introduce this, these sea hips, these implantables, right? That's going to be the cause. Even though it's kind of engineered and orchestrated, man. only by the Heavenly Father, but obviously the elites believe that their hand is at work, right? That they're the ones in control, but they're not, you know? But these are the things that are going to come into the world and cause that mark to be, distributed, all right? It's Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, right? So yeah, I mean, how many Junes ago was that when Nate said that? That might have been, I'm bad with time. Maybe 5 summers ago, maybe around that 5 summers, he said that, you know. And yeah, you know, Esau ain't put it on the world just yet, okay? But it's for an appointed time. Nothing ever happens straight away. Well, maybe not quote me on that, but most things don't happen straight away in terms of prophecies. They're things that are, a way off. You know, Noah was told about the flood, right? And he was out there 100 years before anything happened. You know, just because it didn't happen when he was given that revelation, don't mean, it was never going to happen. It was for an appointed time, and we all have to just sit and wait and have faith and wait. That's what we have to do, man. Nate is quick on the trigger, man. He quick to criticize anything that elders and apostles say, man. The brothers of GMS, he quick to criticize any of them. And he comes to criticize with some bullshit knowledge or information that he just, at the end they made him look stupid. That like RFIDs can't do nothing but track and trace. Is that you're stupid or willfully ignorant? Whatever the case may be. All right. So don't worry. Don't worry, it hasn't happened yet, because it's just a matter of time. All right. And like I said, every day that goes by, every year that goes by, draws us closer to that time, man. And it's evident that's the case. These things that we've been speaking about are becoming more and more prominent. But where's your doctrine, man? Where's your words? How are they becoming more prominent? How does your make any sense in the world we live in today? All we see from you, man, is that you're throwing parties and growing in numbers because you're throwing parties and shit. Building fucking Hollywood studios and doing all the stuff that you don't need to be doing, basically. You're good on the business side of things, but on the doctrine side of things, you're lacking. IUIC throwing up them numbers, man, but that's about it, man. When it comes to actual doctrine now, they're lacking in it. Same with these other camps. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end, whenever the end is, it might be this year, it might be next year, it might be the year after that. God forbid, but at some point, it's going to come. And then the evidence is going to be there. The proof is going to be there that was the prophecy. But like I said, what we've been saying looks more and more likely every day. But what is your doctrine saying? It ain't saying nothing. Doesn't look like nothing's happening, man. You know what I mean? That's why your congregation just static, man. You're on standby mode. You're just, nothing going on with you lot. Just when's the next feast day so you can throw a party, man? That's all, man, on. It says, so at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Wait. You're just told to wait. Nate was too eager, man, and you made yourself look like a fool. And it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay, it's not gonna be put off forever, man. We just have to wait. We've been given this information ahead of time, man. That's what it is. 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 1 said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Right, so we're always commanded to pay attention, man, to see what's going on, to measure things that are happening in the earth with the scriptures. And that's what we do. That's why we know what we know. That's why we believe in what we believe, man. These guys don't measure time. They don't compare it to the scriptures at all. So when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, right? Things have to manifest. And it takes time sometimes, but it's manifesting, man. And we're going to get to that point where Esau's going to be, getting chip happy, And that will be the fulfillment of Revelations 13 and 16. It's just waiting on that day. That's all it is. It's not like Esau shelved the idea of, working with microchips. No, he ain't shelving shit, right? He putting more money into it, man. He doing more research. He doing more development, research and development. He doing more. He ain't doing less. And he linking up with all these other technologies, man, creating the Internet of Things, which he want you a part of. The final piece of the puzzle, you. So everyone that shall be, verse 7, everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works, and by faith where ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, the time of trouble, right? And shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Okay, that's the elect. Okay, the elect of Israel. All right. This is Acts chapter 5 verse 38. So now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught, right? So eventually, everything's going to be made known, right? Who the Lord was dealing with, who he wasn't dealing with, right? And like I say, it seems like we're really just getting stronger in this truth as far as as this doctrine goes, right? Because we're looking more and more right. Okay, you're looking weaker, man, and eventually your doctrine is gonna fall on its face, right? And it's gonna come to naught, because really what you're doing is a work of men, right? We're being more and more justified in our teachings as the days go by, and like I said, your doctrine ain't saying nothing, man. Okay, it's looking stupid, right? And the only people that believe you is obviously your congregation, but even your congregation is gonna have shown given show of doubt, and that's gonna manifest itself in the time to come. That doubt amongst them. They're there because they like being there. They like the fun and games that you play. They like the brotherhood that you got going. The barbecues and the video shoots, the rap. They like all of that. They love it, man. But that ain't gonna save you. Okay, this doctrine, this truth, and faith and belief in it is what's going to save you, man. Faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is a problem over there because you don't even promote Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai over there. So that our party bullshit, man, ain't going to save you, man. Just because it's fun. This ain't, hey, we're not in a time of fun. And it's like we keep saying, yeah, we let our hair down from time to time, man, but this is, like, we're in a serious times, man. Let's be real about it. Okay, but if you're in an Israelite group just because you want to have fun, like it's some fucking, fan club, then you're not in it for the right reasons, man. And homie, you ain't gonna make it. We're here because we fear the Lord, and we believe in His word. That's why we're here. And it's nice, we have a brotherhood that look out for one another, that support one another. It's nice. Of course it is. Right? That's what the brother is supposed to be about, man. Though it ain't meant to be about, parties and strip clubs and and auctions and fashion runways and all this other stuff, man. Rap videos and Hollywood productions. It ain't all about that, man. And like I said, people like those things because it's fancy, it's something to do. It's not as boring, I guess. It stimulates the simple, because they've been used to being stimulated in this world. So they need all this gimmick shit to keep them entertained and keep their attention, man. Okay, but this truth is more. It's more than all of that, man. Okay, and you guys are gonna find out. All right, so I'm gonna close out with this. It's from Titus chapter 1, verse 9. It says, "Holding fast the faithful word as I've been taught." Okay, by elders and apostles, right? Because we didn't come into truth with this knowledge for our own self, right? We was taught, so we have to give respect to those that taught us, man. Okay. And ultimately, really, what it should be is that whoever you signed up with, man, that's who you should stay with, man. You know, of course, that's not going to happen in these cases because you're going to have people come out of these different groups, man. But they're going to realize the truth. They're going to realize that they were being lied to. You know. But yeah, hold fast to who you've been taught by. All right. It says that he may be able by sound doctrine to exhort and to convince the gainsayers, right? So we're meant to have sound doctrine, you know? Sound doctrine is what we're meant to have. Okay, watertight, airtight. All right, so that means you gotta have 100% truth. We can't be playing around with it. Oh, I'm not sure about that. You know, and just leave you in the dark about it. Like but you need to know. Can't be left in the dark. So it's got to be on point, right? So it's to exhort and to convince the gainsayers, right? And ultimately, this is for the elect's sake. So the elect are going to hear, the rest aren't going to hear. But you're going to have those people out here that are going to be thinking about this a lot, thinking about the things that we say a lot, because they will see certain things, and it's going to concern them. They might not want to admit it to themselves, but they'll get concerned, man. They're getting concerned about the things we speak about because it is happening. All right, and that's why there's less scoffers these days than there ever used to be. You know, because that man ain't got nothing to say now from the things that they've seen. Okay, the things that have come to pass. All right. It says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers." Nathaniel's one of them. Johanna. All of them, right? For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, right? So those that know they're Israelites. And it's, like I said, it was the case back then and it's the case now. Those that are in positions of power and that they know that they're Israelites, man, they take the piss. A lot of these guys take the piss with that. They know people look up to them. They know they're in a seat of power over these people, of influence over them. So they know they can say what the fuck they want to say, man. And you know the scriptures better than they do. So you run rings around them, man, because you know they're ignorant. And that these people are just going to eat what you say. Right, with no foundation to break downs. You know? They say you don't like going into words and stuff like that. So how are you going to get the true understanding? Or the full understanding? How are you going to get all of that? Well, you ain't even bothering. No, don't use that's it. You know, and you got all these excuses why you don't do it. You know, we don't know the Hebrew, we get Hebrew names. You know what I mean? It's just it's a circus, man. All right. It says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things that they ought not for filthy lucre's sake." Right? So these guys are caught up in the money game, man. You know? So one of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, "The creations are always liars, evil beasts and slow bellies. This witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply." Right? And we have a job and a commandment to fulfill, to rebuke. And we hear these things to rebuke it. Right? And let it be known what the truth is. Right? And you guys, you know, you perceive that as hate. Like we're just getting on you because we hate you. No, we don't hate you. I don't know none of you personally at all, so I ain't got no reason to hate you. But you know, we can't just sit there and like, you know, let you talk shit. That just obviously ain't true. You know, because off those words, man, a bunch of people are gonna get killed because of you. Now we know that exactly. We know that all the elect can be saved. So you know, whoever's deceived is deceived, isn't it? You know, we can't change the outcome of that, but we still have a job to do, right, for the elect's sake. You know. So yeah, this witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply that they may be sound in the faith. right? To make sure you get it right. Okay, that's what we're here for. Right? It said, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. Unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. Right? Someone that has doubts, that doesn't have faith, man, is always going to find problems and issues, man. Can't deal with people like that. They ain't going to get it. There is no convincing them. So to whatever, to hell with you, innit? Whatever. Do what you're doing. You're obviously not part of the elect, we ain't going to concern ourselves with you. And it's the same thing with the elders and apostles been saying, tons, concerning these outsiders of vocab and all these other guys that, want to debate and that stuff. No, well, we don't need to sit down and talk to you about nothing. We said what we said. You don't like what we said. Okay, you got plenty of video and evidence, breakdowns and stuff like that, So why are we sitting down to talk for? Why are we gonna sit down and have a debate for? What a waste of time that would be. If you ain't getting it now, man, you ain't gonna get it. So we're just gonna stay in our lane. You can stay in yours. It says they profess that they know God, Yahweh, Most High in Christ, blessed. They don't know. Obviously, they don't know, right? But they profess that right? So they profess that they know God, but in works, they deny Him. You got your own work culture, ethics, that you want to do, which is not scriptural. You got your own way you want to run your organization and whatever, and that's fine. If that's what you want to do it. But just know, man, that the Most High ain't looking at it like it's a great thing. He wants you to do what he told you to do. And really, just keep it plain and simple, man. They profess that they know God, but in works they deny Him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. All right. So that's it with the video. Low when it's edifying. I'm gonna clock out now, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time, I say shalom.